1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Eid al-Azha is being celebrated today with religious fervor to commemorate the supreme sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhis salam and Hazrat Ishmail alayhis salam. The Prime Minister says the day is not far when Pakistan would be standing equally in the ranks of developed countries. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, people could not offer Eid prayers at main mosques today due to continued military siege and restrictions. The President has reiterated Pakistan's principled position that Afghans have to take a decision for the future. The Interior Minister says the youth would foil the hybrid war launched against Pakistan under a conspiracy by the enemies of the country. The Karakoram highway has been closed for all kinds of traffic between Gilgit and Diamir due to landsliding at 7 points. And now the news in detail. Eid al-Azha is being celebrated today with religious fervor to commemorate the great sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhis salam and Hazrat Ishmail alayhis salam. The day dawned with special prayers in mosques for the well-being of the Ummah and progress, prosperity and security of the country. Eid prayer congregations were held at mosques, Eidgahs and open places in all the cities, towns and villages with strict adherence to all SOPs of COVID-19. The ulama in their sermons of Eid highlighted the significance of the philosophy of the great sacrifice offered by Hazrat Ibrahim alayhis salam and Hazrat Ishmail alayhis salam. After Eid prayers, people are offering sacrifice of animals to follow the sunnah of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhis salam. The President Dr. Arif Alvi and Prime Minister Imran Khan in the separate messages on the occasion of Eid al-Azha have said without the spirit of sacrifice, a nation cannot aspire to achieve goals of development. In his message, the President Dr. Arif Alvi urged the people to continue raising their guard against the fourth wave of coronavirus by strictly observing all the standard operating procedures to contain its further spread. In his message, the Prime Minister Imran Khan said it was the passion which helped Pakistani nation to save itself from the global coronavirus pandemic with wisdom, national strategy and patience. He said the economic situation with which the country was confronted has been changing now and the economy has now been put on the right track. He said through different schemes launched by his government, the people are being provided relief. Imran Khan said the day is not far when Pakistan would be standing equally in the ranks of developed countries. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, people could not offer Eid prayers at main mosques today on Eid al-Azha due to the continued military siege and restrictions imposed by the Indian authorities. According to Kashmir Media Service, the authorities restricted the people from offering prayers at historical Jamia Masjid, Dargah Hazrat Bal, Eidgahs and other main mosques by erecting barricades. Despite Eid celebrations all across the Muslim world, the Indian occupational troops continued cordon and search operations in every nook and corner of Jammu and Kashmir, including Srinagar today. The troops barged into the houses and harassed inmates. The Delhi-based Concerned Citizens Group, which recently visited Kashmir, has said political parties in the valley do not trust the ongoing delimitation process and want full statehood, even as the common people have lost all faith in New Delhi. The President Dr. Arif Alvi says peace and stability in Afghanistan is vital for regional development and prosperity. Appearing in a private television channel's morning program today, the President said Afghanistan is passing through critical juncture and expressed the hope that all the parties will work together for their nation building. He said Afghanistan has given immense sacrifices and its people require much needed peace and stability. To a question, he reiterated Pakistan's principled position that Afghanis have to take a decision for their future. About the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir situation, he said the Indian government, through its most controversial Citizenship Act, has isolated its minorities. The president said unabated atrocities are being committed against the Kashmiri and Palestinian people. To another question, he said Pakistan's future in information technology was very bright. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Pakistan wants peace and stability in Afghanistan, and the entire Afghan leadership should join efforts for sustainable peace in the country. Talking to media persons in Multan today, he said the Afghan peace process has entered a crucial phase. The Foreign Minister said in the abduction case of the daughter of the Afghan ambassador, the investigation process will be concluded soon and a report will also be shared with the Afghan government. He said India is playing the role of a spoiler in the process. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said the Indian government even targeted its own ministers and opposition through a spy network. This is Radio Pakistan. The Minister for Interior Sheikh Rashid Ahmed has said the youth would foil the hybrid war launched against Pakistan under a conspiracy by the enemies of the country, including India and Israel. Addressing a press conference in Rawalpindi, the minister said the youth, particularly those who are well versed with social and electronic media, must be ready in the face of the ongoing hybrid war, which might be expedited in the days to come. He urged the youngsters to come forward to play a role to defend the country, as in the contemporary world, social and electronic media is being used for hybrid war. The minister said the enemies are hatching conspiracies to malign Pakistan. He said the ambassador's daughter changed 4 taxis to travel in few hours, which reflects that there is no issue of law and order in Islamabad. The Indian media is aggressively propagating against Pakistan and trying to make it an abduction case. The minister said the enemies, however, are trying to give the incident a different angle which had nothing to do with reality. However, he said crime is reported all over the world, including the Indian cities. Sheikh Rashid Ahmed said Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed the agencies, all the Chief Secretaries and the Inspector General of Police of the 4 provinces to remain fully alert and keep a vigil on the security situation. The Chairman Senate Mohammad Sadiq Sanjarani called on the Chief Minister of Balochistan Jam Kamal Khan in Quetta today. They discussed different matters including issues of mutual interest during the meeting. On the occasion, members of the Provincial Assembly and secretaries were also present. The Karakoram Highway in Gilgit-Baltistan has been closed for all kinds of traffic between Gilgit and Diami due to landsliding at 7 points. Meanwhile, intermittent rain is continuing in Gilgit and other districts since last night. 40 more deaths due to coronavirus infection and 2,579 new positive cases have been reported in the country. According to the National Command and Operations Center, 41,186 tests were conducted yesterday and the positivity ratio remained over 6%. The death toll due to the infection in the country has now reached 22,888 and 922,034 patients stand recovered from the infection. Meanwhile, more than 450,000 people were vaccinated against COVID-19 in a single day. Veteran journalist and political commentator Arif Nizami passed away after protracted illness in Lahore today. He was 74. Arif Nizami was the son of the editor and pioneer of Daily Nawai Waqt, Hamid Nizami, and remained associated with the print and electronic media. Prime Minister Imran Khan and President Dr. Arif Alvi have expressed grief and sorrow over the sad demise of veteran journalist Arif Nizami. In their separate tweets, they condoled and commiserated with the bereaved family and prayed for the departed soul. Meanwhile, the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and the Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain have also expressed grief and sorrow over the demise of Arif Nizami. In Iraq, 2 soldiers have been killed and 3 wounded in an attack by Daesh in Salahuddin province. According to the police spokesman, Colonel Mohammed al-Bazi, the militants attacked an army base in Matibeya in the eastern part of the province. Meanwhile, Daesh claimed responsibility for the suicide attack in Baghdad, killing 30 people and wounding 50. And finally, the weather. Rain, wind, thunder showers are expected in the Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours. However, isolated heavy falls are also expected in northern Punjab and Kashmir during the period, while hot and humid weather is expected elsewhere in the country. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.